What would your dog do if you never came home again? It is a heartbreaking question, but one that reveals just how deep the bond between humans and dogs truly runs. For many dogs, their owner is not simply the person who fills a food bowl. They are a source of safety, routine, comfort, and emotional stability. They are family. They are home. When that person suddenly disappears forever, a dog's world can change overnight. Many people assume dogs quickly move on because they live in the moment, but modern research and countless real-life observations tell a different story. Dogs form powerful emotional attachments, and when those attachments are broken, the effects can be devastating. Some dogs spend days searching every room, others refuse food, lose interest in play, or wait by the front door for months. Today, we're exploring the emotional stages a dog experiences during the loss of their owner, from the first moments of confusion to the slow journey toward healing. You'll discover what happens inside a grieving dog's mind and why understanding these stages could change the way you view your loyal companion forever. And make sure you stay until the end, because the final stage reveals the incredible resilience that allows many dogs to love again after experiencing the greatest loss of their lives. The moment an owner disappears, a dog's world instantly becomes unpredictable. Dogs are creatures of routine. Every day follows familiar patterns. Morning walks happen at certain times. Meals arrive according to a schedule. Favorite humans come and go in predictable ways. Because of this, dogs build expectations about how their day should unfold. When an owner suddenly passes away, those expectations are shattered. At first, many dogs don't understand that a permanent loss has occurred. Instead, they recognize only one thing: something is wrong. The person who always comes home hasn't returned. The familiar footsteps never appear. The voice they expect to hear remains silent. This realization often triggers intense searching behavior. A grieving dog may wander from room to room checking familiar locations. They might repeatedly inspect a favorite chair, stare down hallways, or rush to the front door whenever they hear a sound outside. Some dogs spend hours sitting by windows. Others patrol the house as if trying to solve a mystery. To outside observers, these actions can appear random, but from the dog's perspective, they are attempting to locate the missing member of their pack. The behavior is driven by instinct. In nature, social animals depend on group members for survival. When an important member disappears, searching becomes a natural response. Researchers have observed that dogs experiencing separation distress often display elevated alertness. Their brains remain focused on finding the missing individual. This state can produce several noticeable behaviors. Whining becomes more frequent, pacing increases, restlessness replaces relaxation. Some dogs become unusually vigilant, reacting to every sound that resembles a car pulling into the driveway or footsteps approaching the door. Each noise offers hope. Each disappointment deepens the confusion. For some dogs, this searching phase lasts a few days. For others, it can continue for weeks. And unfortunately, what follows is often even more painful. Stage 2. The depths of canine depression. As time passes, many dogs begin to realize that their owner is not returning. The frantic search starts to fade. The excitement triggered by every sound gradually disappears. In its place comes something far heavier: grief. This stage is often the most heartbreaking for families to witness. A dog who once raced toward the leash may no longer show interest in walks. Favorite toys remain untouched. Activities that once generated excitement suddenly seem meaningless. The energetic personality family members remember appears to vanish. Veterinarians frequently report changes that closely resemble depression in humans. Dogs may sleep significantly more than usual. They may avoid interaction. Some stop greeting visitors altogether. Others withdraw from family activities and spend long periods alone. Perhaps the most concerning symptom is a loss of appetite. Food is normally one of the strongest motivators in a dog's life. Yet grieving dogs sometimes refuse meals entirely. This reaction isn't stubbornness. It is a physiological response to emotional distress. Inside the body, profound changes are occurring. When dogs form strong emotional bonds, hormones such as oxytocin help reinforce feelings of trust, comfort, and attachment. Interactions with beloved owners create positive neurological rewards. The presence of that person becomes linked to emotional security. When the owner suddenly disappears, those reward systems are disrupted. Oxytocin levels may decrease. Stress hormones like cortisol can increase. The brain struggles to adapt to the absence of a relationship that once provided stability and reassurance. The result is emotional exhaustion. This is why many grieving dogs appear physically heavy. They move slower. They respond less. They seem disconnected from the world around them. And while these symptoms are painful to witness, they are often part of a natural grieving process. But even during this darkest stage, most dogs continue searching for one thing: a sense of safety. Stage 3. The search for emotional security. Although the owner is gone, their scent remains. And for a grieving dog, scent is powerful. Dogs experience the world through smell in ways humans can barely imagine. A single scent can trigger memories, emotions, and feelings of familiarity. That is why many grieving dogs become attached to objects that carry the owner's scent. You may find them sleeping on an unwashed sweater, curled up beside a pair of shoes, resting on a blanket that still smells like the person they loved. To us, these objects seem ordinary. To the dog, they represent the closest connection they have left. The scent provides comfort. It offers reassurance. For a brief moment, it feels as though their favorite human is still nearby. During this stage, many dogs also become more dependent on remaining family members. They seek additional physical contact. They follow people from room to room. They may rest their head against someone's leg more often than before. This behavior isn't manipulation. It is a survival strategy. Dogs are social animals designed to rely on relationships. When one bond is lost, they naturally seek emotional support from others. Some dogs become especially clingy. Others constantly monitor where family members are located throughout the house. The fear of losing another important relationship becomes incredibly strong. And while these behaviors often provide temporary comfort, they can also create new challenges if grief continues unresolved, because the next stage can dramatically alter a dog's personality. Stage 4. Behavioral shifts and personality changes. One of the most misunderstood aspects of canine grief is how dramatically behavior can change. A dog that was once confident may suddenly become anxious. A calm dog may become reactive. A friendly dog may become withdrawn. Families are often surprised when these changes appear weeks or even months after the loss. But grief doesn't follow a strict timeline. The emotional impact can continue long after the initial event. One common outcome is separation anxiety. After losing their primary owner, many dogs develop an intense fear whenever remaining family members leave the house. Every departure feels threatening. Every goodbye raises the possibility of another permanent loss. This fear may trigger destructive chewing, excessive barking, scratching at doors, or attempts to escape. Other dogs become unusually sensitive to unfamiliar situations. They react more strongly to noises. They become nervous around strangers. Even minor disruptions can provoke stress responses. Some grieving dogs experience setbacks in training. House-trained pets may begin having accidents indoors. Previously reliable commands may suddenly be ignored. Again, this is not disobedience. Stress directly affects cognitive function. When the brain is overwhelmed by emotional distress, concentration and learning become more difficult. Irritability can also emerge. Dogs experiencing prolonged anxiety often have shorter emotional thresholds. Situations they once tolerated calmly may now trigger defensive reactions. Understanding these changes is critical. Punishment does not solve grief. correction does not eliminate emotional pain. In fact, harsh responses can increase insecurity and deepen the problem. What grieving dogs need most is patience, predictability, and support. Because eventually, something remarkable begins to happen. Slowly and gradually, healing starts. Stage 5. The path toward a new normal. One of the most beautiful aspects of a dog's emotional resilience is their ability to adapt without forgetting. Healing does not mean the bond disappears. It means life begins moving forward. This transition usually starts with routine, consistent feeding schedules, regular walks, predictable daily activities. Structure provides stability when emotions feel uncertain. Over time, these routines help reduce stress and create a renewed sense of security. Mental stimulation also plays an important role. Puzzle toys, training exercises, gentle exploration. Positive experiences encourage the brain to release rewarding chemicals associated with curiosity and engagement. Gradually, interest in life returns. Many dogs begin showing enthusiasm for activities they once ignored. Their appetite improves, energy levels increase, moments of play become more frequent. This doesn't happen overnight. Some dogs recover within months, others require significantly more time. Every dog grieves differently. But perhaps the most inspiring transformation involves relationships. At first, a grieving dog may seem emotionally unavailable. They may appear distant, guarded, uninterested in forming new attachments. Yet, as trust rebuilds, many dogs gradually develop strong bonds with remaining family members or new guardians. This process is not replacement. Dogs do not erase previous relationships. Instead, they expand their capacity for connection. The love they shared with one person becomes part of who they are, and that emotional foundation allows new relationships to grow. In many cases, the bond that eventually develops is incredibly deep because it was built during a period of vulnerability and healing. The dog learns that safety still exists, comfort still exists, love still exists, and perhaps most importantly, they learn that life can still contain joy. The loss of an owner is one of the most profound experiences a dog can face. First comes confusion, then searching, then grief, then the struggle to find security, and finally the slow journey toward healing. These stages remind us that the bond between humans and dogs is far more than a simple relationship between owner and pet. It is an emotional connection powerful enough to leave a lasting imprint on the mind and body. If you share your life with a dog, remember that every walk, every game, every quiet moment together matters more than you realize. Because to your dog, you are not just part of their life. You are their family. You are their source of comfort. You are their entire world. And while they may not understand every word you say, they understand love better than most of us ever will. If this video helped you understand canine emotions in a deeper way, leave a comment below and share your experiences. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the fascinating psychology of dogs and the incredible bond we share with them. Because the more we understand our dogs, the better we can love them.